Let's see. It is Salamat Malam. Good evening, family. What's going on? I hope your Saturday was incredible. It's Sunday. I'm telling you, I struggle still. Um, it's Sunday morning, getting ready to go into afternoon here. If you are new to my channel, my name is Shri, and the name of my channel is Someday Became Today, where I welcome you to come here and be inspired just through conversation and thought about making your someday today. Like, what is it that you want to do that you keep saying, okay, someday, someday, someday? Hey, Adele, welcome, welcome. Look, I kept my word. I'm here. I am here. Still on my, so I'm on a 30-day challenge. Good to see you here. Thank you so much. Still working out my 30-day challenge despite my interruption with my teeth and my gums and all that. Still here. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Feels good to be good. Oh, you missed the past week. Thank you for missing me. Or you were not here. You missed it because you weren't here, or you missed it because I wasn't here. Which one? Yeah, it feels good to um stay focused and stay the course, like no matter what. Like I really couldn't get on here with the gauze falling out of my mouth. That kind of wasn't that cute. I didn't want to do that to you. In the middle of a sentence and whoop. Oh yeah, okay. I'll make sure that the notifications are on. Thank Make sure you put your notifications on as well. But I will definitely do that so that you know ahead of time that I will be jumping on. Um, had a thank you, thank you, and I hope you are well too. This week has been chock full of growth, like none other. Boy, Mother Bali is snatching me up. It's like you're gonna grow here, and you're gonna grow here, like in the places that I need to grow in my thinking. It's the opportunities are just presenting themselves, and I'm finding that the path of least resistance, like just I'm just allowing myself to be taught, however the lessons look. The lessons, like definitely having a gum infection, and what else happened this week, and just being able to go with the flow, and um, yeah, I've just been going with the flow. I am officially, drum roll, please. I am officially an international doula. I assisted in my first international birth here, and I am so, so grateful. I learned so many lessons, and actually, that's always my prayer, that through my work, each client will teach me something so that I can learn and take that to the next birth. So yeah, that finally happened. And it was like on a whim, because I was still healing from your teeth are called gigi. So my gigi issue. Um, so I was still healing from that. And um, I, just went to check in to make sure everything was still good at the center, and everything was wonderful. And I said, so what's going on today? And it's like, well, there is a mother who's in labor, and then there were two more in postpartum. So I said, okay, well, let me go check, wash my hands and mosey on into the room and see, if the mother and the father need anything. And I walk into the room, and there's a beautiful sister there. Um, she was there with her husband and her daughter, who appeared to be about 3 years old. And I used my little bit of Bahasa, and I introduced myself, and just let her know that my intentions were good. And you know, I saw she was, grimacing, and so I just started to to do things because there was a huge language barrier. And I realized you can't always do Google Translate in a situation like that. It's like it's too much to be playing with your phone and trying to type it in and then showing it and that. So what I instinctively did was to take like whatever it is I wanted her to do, and I just demonstrated it. So, um, and then I just spotted her from behind to make sure she was comfortable. So we got on the balance ball, and you know she has no idea about cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, dollar. So we dollar, dollar. So I had her rolling her pelvis on the ball to open things up and shake that baby loose. And then a little bit of bouncing. And we did some deep lunges. And what else did we do? There was this really big U-shaped blow up thing where you can lean forward and just rock back and forth and kind of like put your legs like in a frog position, and you just rock back and forth, and it helps to further open up the pelvic girdle, so the baby can have a nice smooth and easy passage through. And then after that, she took a little nap. I wiped her face and gave her some massages and put on some hypnobirthing music, and change the music at different points, because I find that certain music is better for different phases. Got the Bali ladies whining. Look, truth be told, the Bali sisters, they know how to whine. On the low. They know how to whine. They know how to get those beautiful babies out. So it was just a beautiful. She went to take a nap. Then I took a nap. And then the midwife came and she was like, "Oh, it's time." I was like, "Okay, here we go." And went in there, and I could see her crowning. I was like, "Oh my goodness, it's time! It's happening!" It's such a beautiful adrenaline rush when you know that a baby is coming. It's like, so excited, like, come, sweet baby, come Earthside. We were so excited to see you. Like, come. And the baby came out like in 3 pushes, and mom was fine. And you know what I noticed in this birth? I think because I know what it is to have that, um, the surges, those contractions are, so powerful. And she just was so quiet. Like she was just so internal in her process. Um, I just really appreciated, um, I just really appreciated seeing her internal strength displayed. And even when she was pushing the ring of fire, she still was like inside herself. I have never witnessed such a silent birth. I was like, wow. And that too can happen. I was like, oh, yeah. And so then I felt like my prayer was answered in that prayer that I always pray. Please let me have a different experience so that I learn more, so that I take what I learned in this birth and I take it to the next birth, and I keep building and I keep building. But yeah, I got my international credentials. I'm like, oh shoot, that's so cool. That's so cool. Yay. Because um, my certification is through Dona International, which is a international organization. But to actually, assist, um, it just is such a blessing to me. And I thank Ibu Robin for entrusting me, and I thank Ibu Robin, Nana Amadoma, who trained me, um, Deborah Pascali Bonaro just teaches about orgasmic birth, and just learning that from all these different and beautiful women from all around the world is and different walks of life. It's all good. It's all good. But what I wanted to come on and talk to you about today was I was on a live with this sister who I love. She's my sister friend in my head. She's a coach like me, and her name is Coach Val J, and she comes on at 5:55 in the morning. And she said something on her live yesterday that really lit something underneath me. She said the least safe space is in no action. And I was like, and I sat with that for a minute. The least safe space is in no action. Think about that. Think about when you feel like you have a decision to make and you're just there, right? You're just there. Does that feel safe to you? When do you really feel safe? And I thought about it, I was like, I feel safer when I am actually moving in faith towards the action that maybe I was hesitant to move into because of, and I'll just say, I'll give you my all-time thing, which is the technology piece, like, you know, being intimidated by the consistent evolution of technology, having to adapt to new systems and connections and things like that, right? Yes, yes, yes. Adele says still water is dangerous. Why do you say that? Why do you say that, Adele? I love that. That's another one. Look at you dropping jewels tonight. You better go ahead. Still water is dangerous. What do you want to elaborate a little bit? I love that because what happens in still water? No movement, no vibration, no elevation, no nothing. So I was thinking to myself, when you are still, it's really not a safe space. It's a very dangerous space because you cannot, in your inaction, be used for the reason why you were given life. There's no there's no forward progression. There's no faith. There's no faith in action. And if we are children, if we are in alignment with our source energy, creator, God, then we can't possibly be in a faithful mode if we are in no action. So then in turn, that almost becomes disrespectful, right? It comes across as being disrespectful. It's like, I don't trust you enough. I don't trust myself enough. I don't trust the you that is inside of me to move forward, right? Doesn't it speak that? I was like, oh, and then Adele says, which elaborating on still water is dangerous, excuse me, water that does not move attracts bacteria, dirt, etc. It's dead, kinda. Exactly. And if we are here to have life and to enjoy life and to be creators of life, we cannot be still. We cannot find comfortability in complacency because there is no comfortability in complacency. There is no comfortability in no action. All there is bacteria and death. Because if you aren't so deaf, right, you're in a catatonic state. You're choop, still. But in life, there's movement. So we definitely need to be in movement. I'm so glad that Coach Val said that. Oh, and you know something? You're right, Adele. We do get comfortable in our uncomfortableness, but it gets to a point where it's like, think about you straddling a fence. You're like, the fence is real thin, right? And it's like right in your in between, and you got one leg over, and you got the other leg over. That hurts, right? That is the most uncomfortable you can be if you're sitting on a fence right on your tween. Your tween. You know what your tween is, right? Or wait, Caribbean folks say your taint. It ain't taint that, and it's not taint that. Your taint. Oh goodness. It's just yeah, yeah. And so you have to move. You have to move. And if you don't move, it is absolutely a sign of disrespect. You can't say, and I realized as she said, I was like, you cannot um say that you are a person who trusts, who prays, who gives thanks if you're a person, or if not a person, not you, but if I'll turn it inward because that's where it all is, right? Inside of all of us, inside if I do not move. So I have to move in action. I have to move towards the action that I am uncomfortable in pursuing. So I thought that was just like something wonderful to think about and to just ponder upon. And then just by her saying that, it actually encouraged me into more action. Just hearing that, more action. And yes, it's important to just poop and get off the pot, right? Because yeah, if you don't move, it don't feel good, right? It's a blockage. If you do not move your bowels, it's a blockage. And we don't need that. We need no blockages. We need openness. We need just to move forward and because in our moving forward, there's so much that happens. It happens for ourselves, and it also has a vibration for those who are affected by our action outside of us. Every action that we take gives other people license to want to move forward in their lives and make their someday today, right? I can't tell you how many people have said that to me. Your move has really inspired me. I have done this. I have done that. Or at least, even if they haven't done, I thought about it. Or I wrote this. Or so it's so important for us not to constipate ourselves. I like that. To willfully constipate ourselves. I feel so charged. I want to just do more. I was so grateful to hear that. Again, shout out to Coach Val J. She was really on point with that little nugget of thought. And it wasn't little, it was a nugget of thought. And look, her drop in the pool, look at the vibration. I'm having a conversation with you about it. This is really, really good. This life is good. Life is good if we allow it to be, right? If we take action, if we do the things that absolutely frighten us, just do it. If we do the things, we must do more things that we've never done before in order for us to have a full experience of this life. My retreat, have I done a retreat before? Absolutely not. Will my retreat be fantastic? Absolutely. Absolutely. It is going to be like, I have so many things planned, but I'm not going to let the fact that I have never done something, everybody does something one time and then you have experience. So I'm like, yeah. So when we go, I've been to the waterfall, and I know the profound feelings that going to the waterfalls here, how it just, what it does for your spirit, you know, enjoying the beautiful culture and the temple, um, going to the temples and all those, just so many beautiful things, and seeing the offerings and the ceremony. It's just so, doing new things, being in action is where it's at. That is the way that we will be fully expressed in our lives, and it will allow the universe to work through us for the purpose while we were granted life. It's a chain. There's a reason. So, if you're here, and I thank you. I'm not sure who else is here. I'm going to jump on Instagram real quick and see. Let's see. Maybe you're on Facebook. That's where I'm seeing you. Whoever is here, I am so grateful. If you can jump on to YouTube, my YouTube channel is Someday Became Today. Please like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you leave a comment. You talk to me. I want to hear what you're thinking. I want to interact with you, and I definitely want you to join me in Bali in October for 2025. We're gonna have a silent retreat for a few hours. We're going to find the different herbs that are around, just have new and wonderful experiences. We will be in total action. And even when you're being silent, you're being in total action. Having the opportunity to walk a labyrinth, do you know how beautiful that is? You have the full attention. When you walk a labyrinth, you have the full attention of the Most High. You cannot tell me that. The times that I have gone, it's one of the most powerful things you will do. And if you're looking to be more powerful, to feel more and powerful within yourself, and take that power and let it radiate and give it to some beautiful people outside of you and change some lives, because that's what we're here to do, is to support each other in the change and the growth in all of our lives. Come to Bali in October 2025. We're going to have a fire ceremony. Yeah. Come on, Sister Yvonne, you know what it is. You know what it is. So happy to have you here. Thank you for joining in this wonderful space. We're talking about being in action, and even in walking that labyrinth, it's a walking meditation, because there are so many different types of meditation. A labyrinth, if you don't know, anyone who is here or maybe watching the replay, a labyrinth it's like this circuit, and it resembles a maze, but it's not. It's a circuit that is like a euphemism for our walk, our path in life. But unlike a maze, you never hit a wall. It's just this continuous circuit. And you're like, how could that be? Look it up. And we will absolutely have the opportunity to do that. Guess what else? So I visited one of the spaces this past week, the same day that the baby was born. And I envisioned us, because the pool area is very important, because, come here, let me tell you a secret. One of the things that come here. One of the things that we're going to do is we're going to have an opportunity to have a sound bath, but at dusk, because I can see us. But the sound bath is going to have gongs, and it's going to have those crystal singing bowls, and a beautiful meditation, and it's going to be aromatic, and you're just going to be there with your eyes closed. And what I know about being on water and having your eyes closed, it is synonymous, because I've done it. It is synonymous with being in your mother's womb. When you're in that state, it's like all you hear is your heartbeat. But it's like when you were inside of your mother, all you heard was her heartbeat and your own. And you're going to be on the water, just floating and getting the beautiful frequencies from the gongs, from the singing bowls. How beautiful and powerful that's going to be. That frequency is going to heal some things in you and move in your body, in your spirit. So I'm always looking out to all the when I'm visiting these different venues that I'm considering for the retreat. I always looking at the pool because I see us all just floating in the stillness and the beauty and the as the sun is going down, and I can feel the energy of the sun going down and us becoming more anchored, and that energy from the instruments just going down more deeply, deeper, deeper and deeper, and having us settle in, and it's gonna be oh, and the food. So one of the places that I was considering is farm to table. So, like, I don't know the percentage, but like it's farm to table, a lot of their food there. I don't know what the percent, I can't say like 50%, but they have all different types of cuisine. Um, well, put it this way, they have like different dishes, meats, if you're a vegetarian, not cuisine, because it's mostly Balinese food, but just eating out the garden. You know how much energy that is for your body? You know how wonderful it is to eat your food and feel energized instead of eating food that just puts you to sleep? You don't want that. You want your cells to be enlivened, right? Yeah. You eat something, you want to feel alive and awake. You don't want to feel like dead on the side of the road. No, 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 no. That's not for you. You are divine, and you deserve divinity in every way, to see divine things, to hear divine things. So, seeing in a lush environment, like I just want to entangle all of your senses in this beautiful and natural environment. I just want that for you because I know what it has done for me. And it's like, I just can't wait until the end of it and you say, wow, like, wow, like this is it. And I'm like, yeah, it's so fantastic that I can't tell you. This is something you've got to feel. You've got to feel this. You've got to experience this. And there's nothing that you have ever felt or experienced to liken it to. I know this because before I came here, there was nothing like this in my life, not up until this point, that I have experienced like this. And I love you too. I want for you like I want for myself. This is so important. This is so important of an experience. And that's why I'm going to work and work and give thanks, constantly give thanks for the ability to move forward into spaces and places that I have never, because the end result will take myself and my loved ones, that means you, to a place, to experiences, to a being, an inner being of self that we have never, ever, ever, ever experienced before. That's my goal, and that's my why. That's my reasoning. I really want this for you, for us. I want I, I want you to be reduced to not even being able to speak because the experience is so delicious. Like no words, just, and I have been in that place several times during my experiences here, walking down steps and steps and steps, and then finally coming to a waterfall that just like, this looks like something off of a Skittles commercial. Like, what kind of beauty am I beholding here? I want that for you. I'm excited. I am so excited to be able to facilitate and to help your mind change and open to just I want you to be rendered unrecognizable unto yourself. How about that? Is that something you're ready for? Is that something you think you want to do? Huh? Put it in the chat. Let me know. Are you looking forward to meeting you? And like kind of even looking at your hands and stuff like, is this me? Like, oh, and that's why I can really resonate with Coach Val J's declaration that the least safest space is in no action. We have got to get into action. There's no more time. There's no more procrastination. And hey, welcome. For those of you who just joined, we're talking about the upcoming retreat in October 2025. We're talking about being in action. Being that the least safe space is in no action. How it is like selfish. It is. It is. I think it is a personal affront to our Creator for us not to move, because our move suggests that whatever fear we may be feeling is bigger than the faith that we have. How disrespectful. How dare we? Hey, right? Come on. And you have to, I realized too, I'm like, I'm not the only person. Like, and I can feel free to tell people I'm uncomfortable in this growth. Or you can see me I'm letting you see me in my uncomfortability in my growth. It's okay. Growth is uncomfortable. It feels funny. It feels unsure in your spirit. It feels tight. It feels until it starts to feel better, until it doesn't anymore, right? But the only way it's going to move from uncomfortable to comfortable is through the unsafe, us feeling, um, us moving in action and not feeling this perceived level of safe. It is not safe to stand still. In fact, Adele, if you weren't here earlier, Adele says still water is dangerous. And I was like, well, why do you say that? And she was like, because water that doesn't move attracts bacteria and dirt. I was like, see, right there. We're not attracting bacteria and dirt. We're going to be moving in sunshine. We're going to be in water that's moving, water that's coming down moving over mineral rich rocks and stones. You know what it is to bathe in that water, to open your mouth and drink that water? Come on. Come on, family. I invite you to your greater self. So, again, on when is it? May, I think my next tour, I think I have two tours, May 1st or 2nd. I'm going to check out two other facilities. And yeah, and I'm going to post some videos so that you can see the places that I've been looking at. So you can go, ooh, I like that. Or, well, that's not really, well, maybe, I just want you to see what I'm seeing, because there are some really beautiful places and spaces for us to grow in while we're here in Bali. Some beautiful accommodations. And you know what I love? There's something about being in a room that is constructed of bamboo. Have you ever been in a room constructed by bamboo? Hmm? Ever? Anything besides concrete and sheetrock? Have you ever been in a naturally constructed domicile? Have you ever? Please put in the chat. Have you ever? You ever been in a log cabin, in a bamboo, in a mud, in a cloth, in a yurt? Have you ever? Have you ever had that experience? Tell me, please. Drop it in the chat. Think about it. And while you think about that, um, Sister Adele says, they say the safe choice is a dangerous one too. You know what? I don't know who the they are, but I'm gonna say this. When you said that, okay, so that takes me back to September 11th. That's what it just immediately brought that up for me. September 11th, 2001. If you lived in New York or if you lived in our country in America, you know what that day was like. That was sheer terror. That was trauma. That was a rough day. And especially if you lived in New York, right? So, being a person who was from New York, I remember afterwards hearing that many of the people, under the guise of safety, were told to stay in the buildings, um, and not to go outside. And those buildings actually crumbled. They were told to stay there and to be safe. That wasn't safe. It was in the movement. It was the people who left. It was the people who fled in action. And I think we are in a space now. Fast forward to today, with us taking action. Our lives and the lives of others who we know and don't know depend on our individual action. It is so important to be in action. So thank you, Adele, for bringing that up. It really struck a chord with me. And I don't know, because you were in New York too. You were in New York too, so you know what I'm talking about. You remember people being told by the authorities in their workplaces that they should stay in place in the buildings that later on wound up crumbling. No safety and no action. So I ask that you continue to please be in action. Please be in action. And I will too. And my actions will be towards bringing us together in October of 2025. Yes, 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 yes. So I know it is Saturday. Yeah, you said you wouldn't have listened. You would have been out. Yeah, me too. The person that I am, no, I've and I'm glad that that's your spirit as well, um, because um, my inner spirit is my compass, and there is no man with. So when it comes to something like that, I'm rocking with my infinite intelligence, which is within me. That God spirit that's within me, that tells me what I need to know, what is good for me as an individual. Because in instances like that, not a mass thing. It can't be a mass thing. It has to be, what do you hear for yourself? What messages are you getting? So yeah, that it's yeah, I'm glad that would have been you too. But it is 12:24 a.m. and I would love to just give you a beautiful meditation to just settle yourself and to inspire you to continue to be in action, but to be in faithful action, okay? So if you could just take a moment to just settle yourself in. And I want to thank you again if you are here and listening, if you're here now, or whether you are listening to this replay. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I respect your time because it is finite, so that you would you know, take off a little bit and share it with me, I don't take it lightly. I appreciate you. Um, so, yes, please just settle in. We're just going to do a beautiful meditation just to settle you into your dream space. You know? Okay. So just close your eyes. Just let out a little sigh, knowing that you're safe to move into your dream space. And just focus your eyes softly with your gaze towards your third eye point. Whew. Uncrossing your legs so your energy can flow. Arms by your body on the sides. Allowing your shoulders to fall down and back. Yes. Taking in a nice, deep, and cleansing breath. Breathing in. Hold it. And exhale. Beautiful. And again, breathing in. Hold it. And exhale. Ooh, fantastic. And again, breathing in. Hold it. And exhale. Outstanding. And just continue to follow your breath in its natural pace. And on your next inhale, I'd love for you to inhale peace, gratitude, faith, and action. And on your next exhale, you're releasing doubt, disharmony, stagnation, fear. Beautiful. It's already all right. Keep breathing. Breathing in all your hopes and dreams and expected outcomes, really filling your lungs. And then exhaling any thought, deed, or emotion that is not propelling you forward. Beautiful. Allow each breath to take you closer and closer to your new and more divine self. That you, that powerful, and omnipotent you. That you that is a catalyst of change and love, fruitfulness. That you that can do things exceedingly and abundantly with the energy of Source and the faith that you can do it. Having full knowledge of your divine self in its greatest form. Acknowledging the greater you that continues on infinitely. You being energy that is continuous and that will never be destroyed. Your energetic body will live on infinitely. Every action is there to influence and guide all those who you meet. Your life unto itself is a testament of faith and forward movement. You are a favorited child of the Most High. The Most High delights in your being and your fearlessness. Your faith outshines all that may come. You are a brilliant source of light. You provide warmth and love to all those who experience you. You are pure and brilliant radiation. And with every breath, your wattage increases. And as you move into your dream space to illuminate your dreams, your cells, your body, know that you are loved, cared for, and protected. Through this light, You are loved, cared for, and protected. Say it to yourself. I am loved, cared for, and protected. And so it is, and so shall it be. Namaste. Oh, thank you, family, for joining in this acknowledgement of our powerfulness. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. I wish you sweet, sweet slumber and to be continued. Much love. Thank you so much for being here.